Imagine this. You're at a restaurant enjoying a meal with your friends. The bill arrives, and as you reach for your credit card, a cold sweat breaks out. The balance on the card is creeping closer to the limit with each swipe. Does this sound familiar? It's a scenario that's all too common in our modern world of easy credit and consumer culture. The thrill of the purchase, the convenience of the card, all overshadowed by the creeping dread of the bill that's waiting at the end of the month. It's the credit card woe, an all too familiar dance between desire and debt. And it's not just about the money, it's the stress, the worry, the anxiety that comes with being in debt. It's the feeling of being trapped with no clear path out. But what if we told you there's a way out of this debt spiral? A way to regain control of your finances? Sounds intriguing, right? Enter the debt avalanche method, but don't worry, there's nothing chilly about it. In fact, it's a surefire way to melt away your debts in a structured, efficient manner. Here's how it works. You start by identifying all your debts and arranging them in order of interest rate from the highest to the lowest. Your mission is to focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. You put as much money as you can towards this debt while still making minimum payments on your other debts. Why do this? The idea is that by targeting the debt with the highest interest rate, you can save yourself from paying more interest over time. It's like cutting off the head of the dragon, so to speak. And the beauty of the debt avalanche method is that once you've paid off the highest interest debt, you move on to the next one, and the next, each time freeing up more money to put toward the remaining debts. So, you're tackling the big beasts first and gradually moving towards the smaller ones. It's like rolling a snowball downhill, but in reverse. Now let's shift gears and talk about the debt snowball method. This strategy is all about gaining momentum. Picture a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering more and more snow as it goes. That's exactly how this method works with your debt. In this approach, you start by focusing on your smallest debt. You pour as much money as you can into paying off that tiny balance, while still making the minimum payments on your larger debts. The goal here is to knock out that smallest debt as quickly as possible. Why? Well, it's not just about the money, it's about the psychological win. Paying off a debt, no matter how small, gives you a sense of progress. It motivates you to keep going, to tackle the next smallest debt and the next and the next. With this method, you're starting small and working your way up. It's like the momentum of a growing snowball, hence the name. Sounds good in theory, right? But does it work in real life? Well, meet John and Lisa. John was once bogged down with hefty credit card debt spread across 3 different cards, a common scenario for many. Feeling overwhelmed, he decided to tackle his debt head-on with the debt avalanche method. Starting with the card with the highest interest rate, he focused all his extra resources on clearing that balance while maintaining minimum payments on the others. It was a daunting task, and there were times when he felt like he was barely making a dent. But his persistence paid off. Over time, he saw the balance on his highest interest card shrink and eventually disappear. A sense of relief washed over him. He then turned his attention to the card with the next highest interest rate, and so on. It was a long journey, but John emerged victorious, his credit card debt a thing of the past. On the other hand, we have Lisa. Lisa also had multiple credit cards, each with its own looming balance. She chose the debt snowball method to tackle her financial woes. Unlike John, she started with the card with the smallest balance, aiming for a quick win to boost her morale. She poured all her extra money into paying off that card while maintaining minimum payments on the others. Seeing that first card balance hit 0 was a pivotal moment for Lisa. It gave her the motivation she needed to tackle the next card and then the next. And just like John, Lisa's perseverance paid off. She is now living a debt-free life thanks to the debt snowball method. And there you have it. 2 different methods, 2 success stories. Your journey to a debt-free life starts with the first step. Which path will you choose?